Sponsored by Hachiko Line Bully Kennel.
Yo, what's up, yo? Yo World My Opinion podcast. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. We got Honey J over here. What's up?
Hey, you know what it is. Happy to be here tonight.
Yo, we got a special one, you know what I'm saying? She's a celebrity makeup artist. She's a laser practitioner. More importantly, though, we grew up together in elementary school. I know her from elementary school. I ain't say we grew up together, but that's how far back we go.
Pretty much grew up together.
And I'm glad to have you, and I'm excited. And, you know, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Lisa-Priscilla, also known as It's Laser Boo. Lisa P, LP, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure you call me by my name.
All right. I love it. I'm there with you.
So, just say.
That's what's up, yo. All right. So let's start at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I know you're from Charleston. What area are you from, and you know where did you graduate from?
I mean, it was great. Come on,
but
only next place.
GC,
okay, let's go. I mean,
we was with the Gators. Now she's strapped.
There you go. Put it out there.
I mean, if that's good street to me, I think that's like Latson or something like that.
Oh, they tried it.
College Park.
I love it. They tried it.
We'll take them. We'll take them.
Right.
They want to be us so bad.
Right. Did we fight after the
Right.
after the game?
After the game.
Burger King.
The rivals is real.
Burger King. They used to go to Checkers for Somerville.
Right. Sure enough. Yeah. You go in, but you might not come out.
Oh, right. Goose Creek coming out.
Okay. On top. Yeah, man. So you know, I understand that you so after you graduated from high school, you kind of was doing plays or locally and things of that nature.
So I started acting. Of course, I had a child. I was taking care of a child. I was living by myself, acting, going to school, and working full time.
Right here in Charleston?
Yeah. So I did acting for Spoleto Festival, the Moja Art Festival. My last play, believe it or not, it was at Dock Street Theater. I said on the stage, the next time I come back on stage, I'm going to be at the Apollo.
What? Okay.
And I really was at the Apollo.
Okay. And I asked a round of applause.
But speaking of acting, I was doing makeup. So that's where I left off at. Was the last acting was on Dock Street, and I said the next stage will be at the Apollo.
So what type of plays were you in for Spoleto? Was it something specific theater-wise?
Yeah, just different, you know how the Moja Arts Festival is more African based. So it was different African-American plays, you know, for Art Gilliard. So I don't know if you know Art Gilliard. He's huge as far as directing and film and also producing everything here in Charleston for plays. So that was so much fun. I always wanted to do that because when I was younger, so my friends, one of my friends would be like, I can't believe she said my name, but Ariel. So I used to make her and Hashinda be Destiny's Child.
Right.
I was always the.
Who were you?
I was Beyonce.
Of course, I already knew. I just had to make you say it.
So I was always oh no, we gotta do it like this. No, let's do and then even I used to make my cousins do it. Child, they called me a bully. But you know, it was just fun to me. Then I used to write plays and then perform it at home and stuff.
Okay.
But so I always wanted to act, but I knew that wasn't a long-term passion.
Right.
Okay.
So I knew my long-term passion was gonna be either in medical or beauty, but both somehow. But I couldn't figure out what exactly was gonna put me there.
I love that. Okay, that's good.
All right, so eventually you made a sacrifice to move to Atlanta, right?
Huge sacrifice.
Right, and what prompted that move and what sacrifice did you make?
Yeah, so the last play at Dock Street Theater, there was a girl that was doing makeup and she didn't show up. And then we had to be, I didn't have to be old or nothing like that, but Devin Williams, he did a lot of acting. He's big in Charleston.
Yes.
He lives in New York now.
Okay.
So I remember helping him with his makeup because everyone was like, "Oh, I got makeup. If you can help me." Then I helped someone else, and then there was a lady named Nikki, rest in peace. She was big here, you know, doing modeling and stuff like that. And she had to do a wedding. And she was like, you know, since you know makeup, why don't you come and help me? And I was like, girl, I don't have no kid. I don't know makeup. I mean, I know art.
Right.
So she was like, well, you can just use my kit.
Your makeup look flawless, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say your makeup looks amazing.
I'm just saying.
Thank you. So I literally, the day before, went to MAC, bought blue eyeshadow. It was called Electric Eel or something. Like
I remember that shade.
All the girlies know it. And I went to CVS. I bought 5 brushes, and they were dual brush. That means like it had it on each side for the guys that don't know. And it was called Essence of Beauty. So that was my kit. And I used my foundation, like I had my foundation color, and then whatever samples I could get.
Right.
So I get there. Thankfully, they were all my complexion.
Thank God.
So, and then the blue went perfect. So, and needless to say, 10 years later, she was having her 10-year anniversary and asked me to do her makeup.
What?
10 years later.
Okay.
And I was like, of course I'm coming to do it.
Okay.
So, but anyway, so after seeing that I got money for it, I was like, I'm moving to Atlanta where the celebrities are.
Okay.
And exactly that is what I did.
So, yeah.
You packed up the baby, the kid, because we didn't get into all of that as far as,
I had a great job. I was working for MUSC in the pharmacy. I was a certified pharmacy tech.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to leave February 14th. Why'd I pick that? I don't know.
Right.
I just picked it. So it was 2 months before I was going to move. I had a little bit of money saved up.
Little bit.
And my daughter stayed in South Carolina with her grandma just so she can finish up until, you know, it was time for them to get out of school.
Yeah, for sure.
So I had from February to June to figure it out. So, but from 2 months prior to February, I got on like Model Mayhem, MySpace, and started networking with photographers.
Damn.
Okay, he was active.
So, yeah.
You must be a master networker because that's all you had was MySpace when you said.
Right, and you get to Atlanta, you know people, you got somewhere to stay. You like, what
That's
you
such a
do?
leap
Like,
of
what was
faith.
that transition looking like?
Anybody in Atlanta? My uncle. I have one uncle that lived in Atlanta. Now I had older cousins, but I don't know them like that.
Right.
So, but I had one uncle, and I was like, "Do you think I can come down there for a week?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I put in notice just so I can stay down there for a week, and I networked my ass off. And I got with this guy. His name was Calvin Evans. He's a big time photographer in Atlanta, and he put me on to some things, and I was like, oh, this is how it looks to be with celebrities. You know, I wasn't doing celebrities yet, but I was right there.
What was going on.
And I can't remember exactly what it was, but like there was just different celebrities walking around. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm be doing this.
Damn, where do you think you just drive from, man?
So
yeah, like I'm loving this story.
So then after that, like networking every day, as much as I can in the city, just kind of like made up cards, you guys. Like I literally had paper with my name and number on it.
Wow.
I didn't have no real cards because I didn't want to spend money.
Yeah, but just to be use what you got.
Like, I'm not spending no money. I don't got no money. So anyway, so every single weekend up until it was time for me to leave, I'll tell you about the story 2 weeks before I was leaving. I ended up getting with James, so also known as Jay. So sorry, James. You don't want me to say James. But anyways, he was like, hey, can you do this shoot for me? And this was, we met in Model Mayhem. And I was like, yeah. He didn't know I lived in South Carolina. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. So every weekend I drove down there. And then he was like, he goes, so you don't live here or something? Like, because I was like, always like, yeah.
Right. The way you were moving.
And he said, I was like, no. He said, so what are you trying to do? I said, well, I want to move here and work for celebrities. And you know, that sounds stupid to some people, right?
Right. And, it's like one of them
very
dreams.
Direct about what you wanted.
I was like, that's what I want to do. And he was like, well, do you have a place to stay? I was like, no. So he said, okay, well, I have a studio apartment. You can have my room.
Right.
I'll sleep out here and do what you need to do.
Look at God, man.
So, yeah. So I said, all right.
All right. That could have been a serial killer now.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
At this point, right?
Because I know, during that time, I actually had accepted Christ probably about some months prior to.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what, God, you got me. But anyway, so yes, I was just like, all right, cool.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I got a place to stay, when I get up there, whatever. So I get up there, I hustle. I start going to, it was this place that Diddy had. Okay, no Diddy.
No Diddy.
But it was like a good networking place.
Right, for
you
sure.
know?
For sure.
And then also there was this other place I got connected to it was like on Tuesdays, they have photographers, makeup artists, hairstylists.
When you say place, are we talking a restaurant? What type of venue are we talking about?
It was like a hair salon in a bar. Like everyone in Atlanta would know who that
Typical
that is.
Atlanta type of stuff.
So it was on Marietta Street.
I gotcha.
So everyone just kind of go there and network and build your portfolio. It was free.
That's what's up.
Again,
that's why you got to get
right.
Again, I wasn't making no
That's what
money
they say.
yet.
Right, but it's okay.
Keep in mind, I still ain't making no money. So the money in the bank
ain't reflecting.
It was getting a little sick. Okay? So next thing you know, now I'm getting down to the end. I didn't have no car one day when I woke up.
Oh man, it'd be like, hi, it happens to the
Did you have any regrets at that
I got repossessed. Okay? But I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
So I ended up making enough money that weekend because I started doing makeup at the strip club.
Ooh, okay.
I made enough to go and buy a car.
Wow.
Okay.
And so that really let me know, like, okay, God, you got me.
Right, for sure.
So, like I said, I had from February to June when kids got out of school. It was actually end of May. I found a place, got a job, because I had refused to just take any job.
Right.
So I went on 27 interviews.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
27 interviews because I was like, I was gonna work somewhere with makeup just so I can get up my makeup because I know you get free makeup.
Right.
True. Yeah. Okay.
So and then that was just building resumes as far as portfolio,
Yeah.
And also with that I started doing just different celebrities that we hear about now. I'll leave that alone. So, but that helped me to get to the next level and the next level.
Yes.
So I did come back to South Carolina probably about 3 years later because I ended up marrying my kid's father and because I had another baby.
Okay, so we're two.
Okay. So now there's two. And from that, it just started getting better. So it was just like my name was just out there.
Right.
I built such a portfolio. And then I went on from celebrities to I was working with Gladys Knight.
All right.
Wow,
So
that's a transition right there.
So that's a big step.
Talking legends.
Yeah, legends.
Yeah.
I mean, we traveled with Stephanie Mills, traveled with the OJs.
Legends.
I mean, I met people, Dionne Warwick, Cicely Tyson. I met people,
Right. That's amazing.
And that just drove me more to what I really wanted to do. Okay. I was like, I still want more medical, So I went from that to finishing, with school and going to get every little license and certifications I need to do. And once I did that, that's when I pulled away from Gladys and I went into dermatology.
Oh,
what
wow. That is.
Okay. So you're managing marriage, you're managing children, you're managing.
So, all right, I skipped
because we're going somewhere with this, so that's why I keep mentioning it.
So, so I did get a divorce.
Okay, in that process, wow.
Yeah, but we get along fine. We co-parent and sometimes we get married because of kids.
Right.
And that's pretty much what we did. And I have a different brain. It's like I can't be stopped with my drive.
Yeah.
I can't be stopped with what I want because it's like a craving. If you're craving chocolate and you're gonna get salt, you're gonna keep going.
Right.
And that's pretty much where I was at. And I was like, yeah, South Carolina's been nice. I'm out.
Right.
So I think I stayed for 3 years when I came back, if that long. I don't remember because we didn't stay married long.
Okay, gotcha.
But
the marriage
happened.
Forced you back to South Carolina.
So I was like, I'm back. Back to Atlanta. And But yeah, when I got back to Atlanta, I said, I'm not doing no more makeup. I was like, that's not what I want to do.
Okay.
Atlanta definitely made my money and also helped me with some other business, that I do kind of behind the scenes.
Ventures, okay.
And I just went for my passion. So now I do my passion and I live my life and
That's glamorous.
I love my life. So
Okay.
Hey, well, I'm glad to have you. You're glowing right now.
I'm telling you, you can tell that you love it life.
So I know with like the celebrities, I know you write like a tell-all book on, So what do you know about like dealing with them? Like I know like people don't like to name drop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what do you dealing with celebrities? What do you know about?
What are some of the behind the scenes,
Scenes,
I guess, that you've experienced?
Right.
So working with celebrities and becoming friends with celebrities, you kind of see things in a different eye because, we're so quick to be judgmental as people and we get on social media, be these social media bullies.
Right.
And really, it's like I have some friends that are celebrity that goes through what the media is saying. Like I have this one friend, we're still good friends. I have this one friend that was in the media really bad. And it was all over the shade room. And one thing, that my friends can say, like, I don't say anything of their name, because unless they wanted to. I don't try to film them unless they wanted to.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I do have one really good friend that just be out there, but
Right.
But anyways, it's just I'm like that person they just kind of come to,
They can trust you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it should be. I mean, they're friends.
And that's what they need. Right.
Because like people just don't get it. Like they're real people. They have feelings,
Right.
So that makes me think differently if I want to say something about somebody. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna be quiet.
Right.
But
That's what's
but
up.
yeah.
So without name dropping, is there any experience that was just like super positive outside with a celebrity that you would like to share, or even like on the flip side, something that was maybe kind of just like, what just happened here, without name dropping?
I think I understand the question.
Well, I was just saying, like, I know you can't name drop, but is there like any experience that you could share that was just maybe like an aha moment outside of the introduction, or like, I guess that stands out in your mind as far as an experience with a celebrity?
Just working with them.
Right.
Just working with them in general.
And then we just become friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And the friendships are what you cherish. Right?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
got you.
You become friends with them because we're real people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And of course, the only way you bump into them if you're working in the industry, because I worked on set as far as with movies and TVs. I've done magazines. I've done billboards. I've done it all.
Gotcha.
And so you kind of rub with a lot of people.
For sure.
And it's just when you're not that person to be like, oh my God, I got
when
a
you're a
picture
celebrity
with this
yourself, that's what it
person.
is.
So it's like,
You feel like that's what's kind of kept you safe in
yeah,
that area.
Yeah, absolutely. Just having respect for them.
Understandable.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I know you're talking about being a laser tech or a laser practitioner.
Practitioner.
Yeah. So I understand your career. So how does that tie into makeup? Does it tie into makeup at all?
So,
Have you made
laser practitioner is like still in that beauty industry.
Right. For sure.
It's just that there's some practitioner that will go into maybe like we'll say the beauty side of it, and maybe just do it for fun, like laser hair removal. That's fun.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But sometimes laser hair.
Well, why do you say it's fun?
Right.
No one wants to shave. Females, we don't.
And listen, I'm a lazy hair removal girly, so I get it. Yeah.
When it's summertime, I don't want to worry about like buck week.
We go for some mayor. Like, what's the process and how long does it last? And
so laser hair removal is not a permanent thing. It's a permanent reduction.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So what that means, the hair grows back slower and thinner.
Okay.
So, but with me, just more on the medical side of it, it's like some people have like different things such as like HS. So we're just like these bumps, these boils you kind of get.
Okay.
And the best thing to do is laser hair.
Okay.
So therefore, there's like the fun side and then there's more medical side of it.
Right,
You know?
okay.
So like, there's a lot where us as women and men of color don't know why we should go to dermatologists once a year.
Okay.
Because we think, okay, we got melanin, we're not gonna get any skin cancer. You know, like
you've seen it.
Yeah.
So therefore, wear your
is
sunblock.
A misconception.
You know?
With the black community. Because I don't think I can get no skin burn or that. Or you know what I'm saying?
Right. I
It's
don't
actually
get the
damaging
skin
our
burn,
skin.
but like, what is what does skin cancer look like for African Americans? Is there something that we can look for?
Yeah, so like for us, the way how we can really see things is like, you know, how we'll get moles, you know.
Okay.
Whereas other people, you know, other colored, they get, it looks like moles, you know,
Yeah.
but it's the way how it's shaped and how it's formed, why you need to get them checked.
Gotcha.
You know, but don't get mole confused with DPNs. DPNs is dermatosis papulosa nigra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So people think that you see those little black dots on Morgan Freeman.
Right.
Okay,
So
yes,
what
I
is
saw
that?
something.
So those are not moles. Those are DPNs. That's just something that can be laser. That's cosmetic. That's nothing that's going to affect you. Anything like that.
Yeah.
Moles is probably something that you see more hard and lifted, or something you've had for a long time, or maybe you just got it last year from sun. You know.
Gotcha.
So you want to make sure that you're getting checked out. So go to your local dermatologist and go once a year. Don't wait until something.
I love that.
Yeah,
Be proactive about
and you know that's
it.
one of the things, the issues we have, like in the black community, especially black men.
Yeah.
You know, we don't like to go to the doctor, and I speak for myself on that. It's the last thing I want to do. Or
or a specialty doctor for that matter. But
That matter
before
for sure.
I wanted to ask skin tags. Because you see a lot of African Americans, what we call with that.
Yeah,
Is that
so
the
skin
same?
tags sometimes usually start off as DPN, and they just kind
Gotcha.
of grow. So it's
Okay.
just an overgrowth. That's all,
Gotcha.
overgrowth of skin. It's nothing bad, you know. But again, if you start just seeing something just look a little different, you know, then you want to make sure you see a dermatologist.
And what we're doing, tying the skin tag off. Go ahead and help us out. What should we be doing that or not?
So either you're gonna, so when you go to your dermatologist, you're gonna do one or two things. Either a dermatologist is gonna freeze it off, or they will send you to me. That's where I come in at.
Okay.
And that's when I would laser it off.
Gotcha.
So you got stuff like that, and you also have things of SKs. That's seborrheic keratosis. So those are things that you'll see more on your Caucasian. You know, however, some of those may be cancer. One of them could be cancer. You got to go get it checked out.
Yes.
You know.
Gotcha.
You can't just live it and say like, oh, that's nothing. So be very, very mindful. You know.
that's what's up. So what about like tattoo removal? That's part of like
As a laser practitioner.
Yeah, I'm actually doing one of my own. So
the tattoo removal.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it
it
as
was
painful as they
very
say?
much so.
Okay.
It looks
Gotcha.
painful.
She
When
said
you watch
you're-
it, when you watch it, you know, I've seen it. It's like
So
it
anything
looks
close to the heart when it comes to laser,
Right.
yeah, that shit hurt.
Oh, because that's why it's painful, because it's closer to your heart.
I mean, it's painful anyway.
Right.
Gotcha.
You know, and then like my patients know I don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
They'll say, "Is it gonna hurt, Lisa?" It's laser. Absolutely, but I'm quick. So we can get it going. You know.
Gotcha.
So you can numb, but it's a placebo effect. Like if you're numbing, it's a cream. You know?
Right. What is it really doing?
Yeah. And then like with different things that I do, you can't numb, you know. But like if I'm working on vascular or something like that, you can't numb. But either way, like leave the numbing cream alone, you guys. It's just a placebo effect. It's not
Gotcha.
like get it done, get it over, go home.
Yeah.
So,
Make up in your mind. That
right.
You gotta do this.
Right. Or just come see me in Atlanta.
That's really
So how, like, when it's a process, right? You're not just going for a one-time thing with a tattoo removal, correct?
No. Tattoo removal could take up to maybe 6 to 10. Just kind of depends on the size.
Sheesh.
So like this one, now that's because it's me.
Right.
You know, I go pretty heavy whenever I'm working on me.
Right.
So because if something happened, I know how to reverse it.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Okay.
this one is probably my third one. So I know another one just it'll be.
So you say you can reverse it?
Yeah, meaning like if I burn myself, if I hypopig, like
Right.
it's just I've been doing this for so long, I know what to do.
Okay.
So
I love that.
yeah. Now don't come to me messed up after you done try something.
Right.
Right.
Now you
Just
want
came
to
to
work
the
a miracle.
Right. Don't be at home saying like it's okay, Lisa gonna fix it.
I know
mean,
that
I can
right.
fix
It's just
it.
gonna cost you more. Pay a little more, get it done though, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because it will cost you.
I know
I
that.
was about to ask,
Yeah.
cost-wise, what are you looking at with tattoo removals? Because that's such a thing, you know, that people...
Of course, it depends on the size.
Of
It
course.
could be anywhere between $3,000 to $1,000 per treatment.
Sheesh. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and then $1,000, that's just saying, maybe here.
Okay.
So you can imagine if you want something pretty big, and if you got details, you got color. Now we're talking a little more money.
And you can get it all the way to the point where you can't realize, or you don't notice a tattoo was there.
So I can't say that. I don't make those promises.
Right, okay.
Because everyone's skin reacts differently.
Definitely, I got you.
Can we get there? We can get some good clarity.
Okay.
But has it happened where you can still see a little bit? Yeah, absolutely. Because it just depends on that person's skin.
Could you keep having treatment, or does it
Is there
get
follow-ups,
There's gonna be
other
a
things you
stopping
can
point.
do
Okay.
to kind of...
Yeah.
Because at some point you're damaging the skin.
Yeah, exactly. Scar tissue. So you don't want that. You won't have happy patients.
Right. But would you do follow-up treatments like for hyperpigmentation or something to kind of even aid to that? Like, is there more cost? Like,
Well, you don't want to get to hyperpigmentation. That means you went to the wrong laser practitioner.
Gotcha.
So if you have hyperpigmentation from your tattoo remover, then, you should have came to me.
Good to know.
Right. Well, if I need that, I'm coming to you. I got one tattoo on my arm. I don't think it needs to go. I actually want to get more tattoos.
No regrets.
Right.
And I'm older now, so I can put nothing on me that I ain't want to put on me.
You don't put no flowers on you.
Have you ever thought about owning a business or have a business, or how do you feel about business?
I did have a medical spa. Closed it in March, I think it was this year. And we were opening, and I said we because I also had my other partner. We realized Buckhead is where we opened at, and Buckhead it's a dog world out there.
It's saturated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every corner has a medical spa.
That's crazy.
And
very competitive.
and then not only that, also like the businesses is starting to close. Like
Right.
there is an area from what I don't know if I can talk about that part, so we're gonna just skip that.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it's okay.
it's very saturated.
Yeah.
It is, but there are businesses that are closing that you would think that would never close.
Wow.
Buckhead is not like what it used to be.
Yeah, because Atlanta's my city. I
I
can
like
say
Charlotte.
that it's not the same.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just so much crimes going on.
Right. That's why I like Charlotte. I feel like
Yeah.
there's just too much going on.
And it's from the top to the bottom, I think, even in real estate, just all, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing it in so many different areas that it's hard for an honest business to thrive.
But it's just not enough for me to move. Atlanta's home now.
Yeah,
I
know,
got you.
right?
I mean,
And
Atlanta looks good on you.
It looks great on you.
Why would you
I'm glad
leave?
to have you. Yeah. If he was here, I don't know, I couldn't do it. I mean, I'm trying to move up in the. But no, I'm just joking.
Thank you.
Anybody I'm close to that I follow and know these things, I'm just privileged to be able to interview you.
Yeah.
And for you to, break this down to the black community, it's awesome. So we've known each other for a long time, So I'm actually a personal question. You're a successful black woman.
Okay.
It seems like you have status. So
I know where we going.
Have you found dating difficult? Does it get lonely? I mean, what's the pros and cons of dating in Atlanta?
So I'll answer the second part. Lonely.
Okay.
I don't get lonely.
No.
However, cuffing season. How real can I be on here?
You can be as real as girl.
So I have toys. So
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, so it's like, shit. Oh well.
Right.
Do I really want the
At least
cuffing?
I'm safe.
Right.
I'm safe. I don't gotta worry about no itching.
You don't get no safer than that. I mean, the toy don't hug you back or talk shit or pull your hair up.
Right.
Overcrowded with a lot of unknowns. Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm at the point where it's like, if it happens, it happens.
I like that.
Don't.
I like that.
Right.
I'm sure I will.
Right.
And then I also had to kind of step back to be like, what do I want and what will I not take?
Exactly.
So I had to figure out what are my deal breakers and stand on my deal breakers, because that was my problem of dating those that I know that was a deal breaker.
Right.
And then I'm a Cancer, so we always feel like,
We can
we can fix you. But you take on this project, and you be like, okay, this
See, that's
ain't
a-
Oh,
See, you don't gotta take on no project.
bigger than me.
yeah.
It don't be that bad. You just ain't got time for projects.
Well, but those that realize as women, there's no such thing. There's no project. You cannot pick a man by saying, that's okay, we're going to fix this and fix that.
Yeah.
That's impossible because you can't change somebody,
No.
you know? And I don't want to be with someone that I feel like, oh, I did have to change this person. Because they're going to change for the newlywed. And then 4 months later,
Exactly.
they back to where they were.
Can I speak for the men? You know, I feel like
Let me take my jacket off.
Oh, okay, let's get more. I get a little more.
I think, you have to, men settle down as they get older. So are you willing to, you have to be willing to at least work if you see if the pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, and because when men, I used to run a lot, saying not in a bad way, but I used to be in the club a lot and stuff like that. And
I know
I like to dance, you know what I'm saying? And I've been with my wife for like 20 years, since high school, you know what I'm saying? And that's like 20 years, so, so and I've seen myself, I feel like, I said I didn't want to get into a long story about myself or whatever, but,
that's okay.
But like I said, I see it as like I've grown, so I've settled down a lot, so I'm thinking I'm getting closer to, her molding me into the perfect man, because that don't exist, but.
I do say a man changes what they want to change, far as to make that woman happy. You know what I mean? I don't feel like a woman can literally say, okay, you're brand new to me. I don't like the way you said yes, so I'm going to change you. That's not what we are supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
But as far as like trying to find that robot AI guy, that's impossible. But you have to know what your deal breakers are. And you stick to it because you can't treat a man like a yo-yo. You can't be like, all right, we're going to deal with it today. We're not dealing with this tomorrow. You know what I mean? You can't do that. So therefore, it's like, find what you like and stop playing with them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I mean, you said the way he said yes.
That was like a very basic example.
Man, that's okay.
But I'm just saying, like, I was that woman back in the days, like being super, super picky.
Right.
Oh, I don't like the way he picked up his fork.
Right.
Like that's that nitpicking. Like that's just being childish.
It should be, but damn.
So, no, that's just so childish, doing that. And that was me.
Right.
And then I also was that person of like, I'm so independent where I'm so used to doing everything myself. And a man could say, I'm going to take the trash out. Okay? When you going to take the trash out?
Man, see, my wife asked me to go take the trash.
So, but no. But here's the thing.
Take it out when I'm ready to take it out.
But here, see, and that's
the
thing.
She's trying to get to that point.
Yeah, I'm so used to doing it and go.
Get it done.
So, but I also had to realize my time and your time is different. As long as it gets done. As long as it gets done. And I had to back up a little bit. Because again, I build. I can do electric in my house. I can change my tire. If I really want to do my oil, I can do my oil. So I'm just used to doing that. Like I've always been survival mode growing up as a child and my childhood. So I learned how to do these things. So, but I wasn't the one preaching like I don't need a man like that. That wasn't me. Right. But I was the one preaching like I don't need you. You get it?
Right. Yeah.
No, I get it, girl.
Yeah.
I'm just
So, but now the way how I look at it as I still don't need a man, right? I want a man. So if I get a good man, I want to need him.
Exactly.
So that's how I want it to be. And that's why I'm just being a little picky right now.
Right, and nothing wrong with that. And I like that, man. I want my daughters to be like that. Like, do it on your terms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With class.
With class.
Not shaking your booty.
Right.
Because I think that was our next question. Like, do you go out? Where do you, not saying that you're pursuing a man at all, but we know we can't find a man at home. So where do you go in Atlanta?
So a lot of people think that I go outside. I really don't go outside much. You know, I do travel a lot. But if I do go out, I'll probably go to a lounge. But I have like a curfew. I'm in the house early.
Right.
You know? So now I've done online dating, you know? And I've met like really good friends on online dating.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know if I've curved too many people or whatnot. But
That's awesome, man. You like a curver.
Yeah, listen.
You know, like, you know, I mean, if I'm being real with myself, yeah, probably,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
because I become so cool. And because sometimes, like, guys in the beginning, they take me for, like, a different person.
Right.
They take me for this, like, bougie, like, stuck up.
Right.
And
yeah,
I'm like,
I
can't even date you if that's what you're going to do. Because if you can't turn up with me sometimes,
Right.
then no. And then, and I like to be goofy, too.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
you know, I need a little
I definitely wouldn't approach you. I would have
A balance.
You would have to be at the bar and, like I said, stand beside me, and I'm gonna be trying real quick. How you doing?
I know.
But you definitely.
People think that my phone be off the hook. It's dry as hell.
No.
Do you feel like men are intimidated by you? Have you had a situation where you dated somebody or dealt with somebody and the intimidation part shows? And
I dated someone like that.
oh wow, can you speak on it or?
And you know that was a bit much for me because I don't come off that way. You know, I only come off that way to people that already set their tone.
Right.
You know,
right.
So that's on you.
I have their own insecurities.
I can't help you with that. You know, now. Am I OCD and I like things certain way and I like certain things? Yeah. But I don't pry that onto someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but now keep in mind, a person that just want to sit home, eat bonbons and burgers and stuff like that, that's not going to work for me.
Right.
For sure.
You know?
We're gonna have a drive to match my drive.
Yeah.
Come on, we gotta motivate each other.
And a person that's going to just, I don't know, like, McDonald's manager just seems like where they want to stop at.
Right,
it's probably not going to work for me. But if they are like, no, McDonald's manager, plus maybe they got something else going on to try to work their business, they need that money. It's a whole nother story. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha.
You know,
so you're willing to work with them.
Yeah.
They don't have to be perfect and wrapped in a bow. Okay.
Oh, and I think people, you know, like you say, man, you know, by your presence, they assume that, you know. And that just goes to their insecurities or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they be themselves, they go find a whole nother Lisa that just is magical and like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
I
you
love
know.
love. Like I just say, like I'm a low key hippie.
Right.
So,
You got that
but I'm
tone,
even
that
now.
aura like
Now,
that.
don't get me wrong. Now, don't make me mad.
Right.
Right. So you like that? I can see you like.
But it takes a while to make me mad. Like I've grown, you know. Like you have to really poke the bear,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But I'm a person where it's like I'm not gonna argue with you. Like anyone that would watch this that has dated me, they'll tell you I'm not gonna argue with you. Because
Right.
what I'm gonna do, I'm just be. You gotta hang
and
yourself.
that's gonna hurt you worse.
Yeah, you gotta hang yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
And then they gotta spin the block.
Right.
They always do.
Because when you argue, that's letting you know, okay, I'm still feeding. You know, you're still feeding into it. You know, when you walk away, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
What's really good. You
Right. And then the way I like to handle like dispute is conversation.
know?
And then like if I feel that that person is starting to get that defensiveness, you know, that lets me see long term.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This is not going to
Very
be
cautious.
for me.
Red flag. She pays attention to
Yeah,
them.
absolutely. Because I'm like, I don't want that.
Oh, boy, better come correct.
Yeah, because I'm like, we're in our 40s. You know, I do like
Yeah.
to date older too.
Okay.
All right.
I can go up to near 60.
All right. Y'all boys still in the game.
So, but don't let the age fool you because sometimes those older ones are
Oh, the
still
ones handling
in the
business.
mental of a
Yeah.
30-year-old.
Oh yeah.
I hope so. 'Cause
Absolutely.
we close to that shit.
So yeah,
43.
yeah.
Shit, we ain't
So you know, with that being said, it's just you know I like just different things. You know, certain class and then fun at the same time, but we're not going to get to know each other as long as we would if we started in high school.
Right,
you
for
know?
sure, for sure.
So therefore, if I'm going to finish the rest of my life with someone, I need to make sure that I can see this long term and you see this long term. Because no one is the prize, the relationship is the prize. So if you come in with me and you're like acting like you the prize, nah, I don't need you.
Okay.
Right.
So, because I'm like, it's not gonna work.
Super independent though. I think.
So,
to the point
so basically, what you're saying, don't let the package fool you. Even though you are well put together and you present yourself in a certain way, you don't expect to necessarily be the prize, and neither is that person. I love that
because what's the point? Like, if we're trying to look for love, and we both think we're the prize, why do we need each other?
Right.
You know. So the relationship. And the long-lasting relationship, that loving relationship, that caring, that consistency, that's the prize. We won. Yes, it's a partnership. We won together.
Listen, she done got so deep. I'm going to change my question.
I mean, that's just why, I'm being picky with who, I'm going to say this is my man. Of course, a little bit sometimes I'm like, I want to be my man. But,
right, of course.
But I'm good. I'm good until I find the right person.
What has brought you to this point, though? Do you think it has been the dating experiences?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or is it a combination? Because you mentioned faith and your relationship with God. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Because the way you're talking, I feel like you would have to be at a certain point spiritually. So speak to that for those who aren't there.
Peace.
I'm at peace. I'm not like trying to I gotta have this relationship before 45, I'm just happy. You know what I mean? Like don't disturb my peace.
Exactly.
So because if I want to be your peace, I want you to be my peace, and we piecing together. But yeah, I that's where I'm at. I'm just happy.
Man,
I'm good. But of course it took some evaluation on my own, of like, okay, Lisa, everybody can't be wrong. Like, what are you doing?
Yes. And you have to see yourself in the mirror like that sometimes. You have to yourself.
And then sometimes I believe it's not that we really got to see each other. We know what we're doing.
Right, for sure.
We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing when we say it. We know what we're doing. We touch it and do it. We know what we're doing. So, but it's like
I don't know if everybody know what they do. I don't know if everybody
know what they're doing.
I think they see it differently.
I think they know what they do.
I check myself. I've been checking myself a lot. I don't think people check themselves.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Well, I do agree with that. I don't think people check themselves. Accountability, self-accountability, and I'd say like emotional immaturity is at a high rate these days, right?
Now, and then when
being
I say
humble, like you said,
when I say we know we're doing, we know how to play manipulation games.
Yes.
Everybody in this world know how to do it.
Right.
So that's what I mean. When you play in those games, you know what you're doing.
For sure.
Now, there are some things that you may do and you really didn't know. However, again, when it comes to accountability,
I agree with that.
If your partner brings that up, you can't get so upset and be like, what?
Exactly.
Listen to their feelings.
Right.
And that was my flaw, where I didn't understand, like, men have a feeling?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
what's that for?
Right, especially growing up here.
I'm the woman. I have feelings. You're not having feelings. Like, what are you talking about?
That's just like a people say something like that.
Right?
It is real because
I
don't be thinking we have feelings, man.
And y'all don't like expressing them too much either. It's too
now you know we have feelings.
Right. I know you have feelings now. Like,
I'm glad you came to that conclusion. I think that's important.
So, but conversation is important. Of like, if they feel some type of way, men, you do have to speak to your woman, and ladies, you do have to be prepared to listen, because I know that we can also be defensive of like, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? But yet we turn around and say, you hurt my feelings, and we expect for y'all to give us some flowers.
Oh, right.
So, it's a give
So
and
when
take.
did you come to this conclusion? Because it's like, okay, if I would have met you 10 years ago, you wouldn't have learned this shit. Yeah. Right. So it's almost better that to find your man, whoever's gonna find you, because you're gonna catch like a motherfucker. When they catch you, I always say catch, that sounds bad too.
Yeah.
So
when y'all meet, and they're meeting the right Lisa.
So after my marriage, I got into a relationship, really great relationship. We were friends first. Then he was my patient, actually. I would never date a patient.
This is a good story.
Right, damn.
So, and then when he really tried, it was like my birthday coming up, and then he was like, let me take you out. Just being funny. I was like, I'm not letting you take me out. You know, you my
Scandalous.
patient.
Right.
So he was
I
like,
joke.
it's your birthday. Will you let
Right.
me take you out this time? I was like, all right. So for my birthday, the day of, I worked, not the day of my birthday, I worked. My birthday is 4th of July. But he brought me like this bundt cakes for like everyone in the office. He bought me cards that just had different sayings in it. Wines. Like, I mean, it was so much stuff.
And thoughtful, right?
Yeah. And then it was every little thing that we've ever talked about as he was my patient.
Oh, wow. So I had a lot of thought into it.
I like that.
You did your homework.
So yeah, he was good. He was very good. And then we went to this Italian place. It's my favorite place, right? So he remembered. So that was good. We still stayed friends. So then we started seeing each other outside the practice.
Right.
So I was like, "Now you can't be my patient no more."
Right.
And she wasn't my patient no more.
Okay.
And so we started seeing each other outside of practice, and we still was good friends. And then we ended up finally dating. So when I say he was good, he was good.
No doubt.
Okay.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Fast forward, we're not together no more. Found out he was married.
Ooh.
But through that relationship, being that I saw everything that I liked in a man because he was so like loving and caring, and then we got to build a bond. It was everything that I got to learn some stuff about me because I was complaining on certain things.
Right.
And I was complaining for what? But really, honestly, we take this back to Christ, some reason I couldn't love this man.
Right.
And I was like, God, why can I love this man?
Man, right.
And I said, he's doing everything right.
Right.
Like we had a bond like no other.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were tight. You saw him, you saw me, you saw me, you saw him.
So you would have never known he was married.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't miss the
Because
beat.
where he lived was on the other side of town.
Was he married and separated, or was he running 2 different lives?
So again,
This nigga
he
play
lived
a
on the
player.
other side of town,
Outside town.
and he was married. Married for 20-something years, right?
Yeah.
And then he still had that house. And his kids was in college. One was still in high school and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I don't have no desire to be at your house if that was a house that you and your wife shared.
Yeah, right.
So I never went to the house.
All right, so that worked out.
So yeah, it worked in his favor.
Yeah.
I had no desire, and I was not driving all the way over there.
So,
And for those of Atlanta,
Yeah.
I lived in Cascade. He lived in Snellville. So you guys know, ain't nobody driving all the way over there. So, and then because he didn't care. He was like, he was always at my house and even had a closet. We'll get to the closet.
All right.
In the closet, we had shirts and shoes and all that good stuff, right? Whenever he stayed. And so fast forward, when I just wasn't understanding why I just could not love this man, I still was learning some things about me through this relationship.
Okay.
Where I saw my flaws. And because I was like, this is a good man, what is wrong with me?
You start looking at yourself.
Yeah. And I was fixing it as I was going, So he fixed me for the next man is what he did. Okay. Well, one particular day, I was coming home from a concert. Gladys was in town, and I went to go see them. And I went to the closet because I was going to pay someone to do the closet I just built. Okay. And I needed to get the longest dress or whatever like that. So I had this long, lingerie robe.
Okay,
And it stayed in that closet that I never used. So I went into that closet, opened the closet. This envelope just drops in my foot. Real talk. Dropped in my foot. We all know, we all know when it's like that vanilla envelope, that's important.
Yeah.
And then I said,
like both of us like,
I know, right?
I was like, wait a second now. I don't go through people's stuff. And I'm like, God, are you trying to tell me?
Yeah, you trying to tell me something. They
The
fell in the
Holy
foot.
Spirit is real. He won't let you
help
fall.
but touch it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, put it back. Put it back, go ahead and go do what I was doing. No, I never did take the robe out. I closed the door. Then I went back because I was like, I never did take the robe out to do the measurements. So I went to go get it. And then I was like, this thing is looking at me. Fuck it. It's my house.
Yeah, let's go.
Open it.
Right.
He was about to file for divorce.
That's
hurtful. Oh my God.
He found out like that. So you had nothing told you that
he wasn't going to tell.
Did anything add up that you saw?
You know, as
hindsight is 20,
as it
right?
was getting close to that time when God was letting me know there was things that was happening.
Right.
But the problem is I was noticing things about me, so I was thinking I was overreacting on certain things. So it got confused. You know, confusion, that's the devil.
And you wanted to work. So,
right.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, you know. But there were some stuff that was happening, you know, and it was like in a matter of 2 weeks. It was like, bam, this happened. Bam, this happened.
Oh,
this happened.
It's
right.
So I was like, shit. So not only did I find that, I found some other stuff.
We'll start digging.
Other stuff and other stuff. And I read.
But she didn't dig. But once you find something, it's like when you pull something up and it's all kind of stuff.
Yeah. Now it's falling out of
the chain.
It was like he put every bit of paper in there just for me to read. You know what I mean? And when I tell you this little ninja warrior,
we got standards on here.
Was a scammer.
No, he was an Atlanta scammer. Lord help us.
We traveled. We spent money.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens to the best.
And but so I politely packed the stuff up.
Right.
And I politely took it all the way down to the first floor at my door.
I know that's right.
And he was out of town but coming back in town that day. And I had already changed the code on my door. And so I was just sitting on the steps. It was like a waiting to exhale moment.
I love it.
So I was just sitting on the steps, just patiently.
Waiting to exhale, that's you get
yeah. And then the thing about it is, like, I had an aha moment as I was waiting of saying, like, that's why you didn't want me to fall in love.
Right,
you didn't want my heart broken.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I hear him come in because I hear the, you know, parking and stuff, and I hear him putting the code in. I'm just sitting there, putting the code in. It's like, wasn't opening. Wasn't opening. And he calls, and he was like, the code's not working. I said, oh, I know.
I know that's right.
I opened the door. He see all his bags sitting there. He's like, what's this?
I know, right?
I said, well, you got some explaining to do with your wife.
Ooh.
And then he was like,
like,
time got in my hand, like, let me explain.
Yeah,
I was like, my dude. I said, look, I ain't even mad. I didn't break no tears, no nothing. I said, I'm not even mad. Just get your stuff.
Just get your
stuff. And then he was like, well, can I explain? Baby.
I'm done with that.
Talk to Jesus. Yeah. Don't talk to me.
Right. Yeah. So after that, like, I didn't cry or nothing. I was stunned.
Of course.
I was very stunned because...
And everything made sense.
Yeah. But I went back and started thinking about how, like, well, damn, I learned a lot of stuff about myself.
Exactly.
I fixed myself, you know?
Right.
You gained a lot from the relationship.
And then after that, I dated and then was like, yeah, nope, not for me. Yeah, nope, not
but
for
I
me.
can see how that kind of makes you way more observative than an average person in a situation.
Yeah.
Like now you're looking for any sign, like
right. Right.
And you can't miss what you've never had. So once you have a man like that in your life, I mean, I have my own testimony, but we talking about you today. Sure. But I can completely relate because it's hard for you to accept anything less.
Exactly.
You're open to compromise, but you know, there's certain values you know better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
So that's why I think that's just why I'm like, la-di-da.
Right.
You know?
It's
I'm gonna be happy until it comes, right?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you find yourself approaching men in Atlanta? Is it a vibe where they should come to you, or are you more like, I see it, I want it, I get it?
Okay, so I am a little old school still.
Okay.
Right, which it should be like
that. So,
yeah. If you don't have the courage to approach me, then.
Right. If you want to date me, you're going to court me, you know, you're going to do these things.
Right.
And I'm old school where I'm not all gender role, you know, but I do still like to cater to my man, you know.
Okay, right.
I love that. Yeah. That's a lost art.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like to cater to my man. I like to do it all. Like, the whole dress up, look cute, you know, like, hey.
Well, I got questions. Who eats first, the kids or the husband?
Who would eat first? We're going to eat together.
A good answer.
That was a good answer. But he's talking about putting plates down. Who get the first
The
plate?
first plate. I was gonna let you bail out when she pushed.
Hey, I mean, because I have my own opinion, but you know.
It's together.
Okay.
You putting all plates down at the same time.
And you like two hands, like one kid.
That's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be like a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
So,
Or a buffet. Y'all everybody.
I'm gonna be right there, like, yo, you left hand was a little lower than the right hand. But
so as your kids get older, you don't let them fix their own plate?
I mean, my oldest, she's grown. She's
of course.
grown out the house. She would fix her own plate. My youngest, he just turned 12 yesterday.
All right. Happy
15.
birthday.
Yeah. And happy birthday.
So he would fix his, but let's just say when I was married with my kids.
Sure.
Yeah, we sat down and ate together, but who gets the biggest plate, Dad?
Well, the biggest plate. Okay.
right.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as that, who eats first? Like,
I had a whole spill on that. That's why I actually, because of where we were talking about, I forgot to throw that in there because that's one of my things.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what you.
I think in different cultures, though.
True.
Right.
It is where the man eats first.
Okay, see?
So.
Just know where it comes from. Just know that I feel this way for a reason. I'm just saying.
But I'm all about togetherness.
Right.
That's my love language is acts of kindness.
I love that. Okay,
I swear to God, on my life, that is Sharice's love language.
Yeah,
for real.
Acts of kindness. But they say that's the love language. But I'm going to Disney World in 2 weeks for the third time this year. So I don't know. Is that really? Is Disney World the love language? That's the act of kindness.
That is.
Paying for your trip.
But,
Our trip.
And then you're going together.
It's quality time.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot in one trip.
Yeah,
You're covering a lot.
No, I enjoy it. I
So
do.
yeah, that's my love language. But I put out affection.
Yeah.
So if I meet that man that it's like I love affection, well, you definitely gonna get it because I put it out, But what I like is just doing things togetherness. Now, would it be hard to do things like building with me? Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm picky, and when I have a mindset of how I want to do something.
Right, yeah, you set in your ways.
Yeah.
It's got to be that way.
Yeah. So God's still working on me on that part.
Well, I mean, you did so much on your own, and it's hard to, accept anything other than what you have done, what you have when you have achieved so much by yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's big ups to you, man, on that. You know what I'm saying? And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I hope to see. Well, it's not gonna be 10 years, but
5 years.
No. We can go a little further out though.
Okay.
Because I want to live in Bangkok. Like I want
why
to.
Bangkok?
I love that.
I've been just doing some research and I've been studying the culture. I want to actually learn the language before I move. So I'm gonna put that in the atmosphere. But I want to wait till my son turns 18. Right now he is doing middle school in North Carolina with Dad. So. Therefore, empty nesting. But I got my grandbaby.
Okay.
She's at my house all the time.
Right.
But anyway, but when he turns 18, because he may want to come back home for, high school, whatever he wants to do. But when he turns 18, my goal is to be in Bangkok, And,
Wow, I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, so I want to.
Why Bangkok for the girlies?
Well, it started off, I started following this guy a while back. He moved to Bangkok. And I don't know why it was so intriguing, And then I went further and just studying it, and I was just like, man, the crime rate is so low, the cost is so cheap, it's beautiful, and I love hiking, so I like anything of nature, So they have great hiking places, So I plan on going next year, and but yeah, that's my goal. And then I tell you, I'm low key hippie, and that's the kind of vibe.
Right? Completely.
That nice serenity,
Right.
And so yeah, that's the goal.
Sponsored by Hachiko Line Bully Kennel.